In this video, we are going to go over sharing Bridges apps from the student point of view. So in my last video, I created an assignment that I shared out to students in Google Classroom. And so now I am going into Google Classroom as a student. So I'm going to click on my class and you will see my two assignments right here. I have addition problem with the link, or I have the addition problem with the code. I'm going to start with the code. And then we'll go in through the link. So to use the code, students would need to know where they are going. You can't just give them the code and no additional information. So what I have done is I have actually downloaded the app right in my Chrome. And so you can see when I go to my apps that it's right here. It's the Number Pieces app that we're using. So I would just click on this. And then students would need to know what this code is. So I'm just going to highlight it, copy it. And down here, they have a key. And so students are going to click on the key and they are going to paste the code and then they are going to click open. And there it is right there. So you can see the work that the teacher created and shared with the student. So now the student can go through and can do their work. I am going to X out and now we're going to look at it just using the link, and it's going to look pretty much the same. So if we click on that link, the only difference is that it's not going to open it in a different window. It's still within your Chrome browser, but same information. So now the student has the problem, and the student can go through and they can start doing their work. So the student might start by building 127. And I am going to zoom out a little bit so that we can see some more. Got 100. And what I am going to do is I'm going to build 130. I'm going to take the shortcut and I'm going to break those pieces apart. And then I'm going to get rid of 1, 2, 3 of them. So now that I've got 127, then the student might build 115. And again, I am going to put in a 10 and I am going to break those pieces apart. And then I'm going to delete 5 of them. And so now the student would need to show their work. So they might do something along the lines of, well, I've got 7 here. And we'll change those 7. And then we've got 8, 9, 10 to make a 10. And so the student might do something like this. And they might say, there's 120. My handwriting is not the best here. And they might show that they're adding this. And so then they might show that they've got their 100 plus 100 is 200. And that they're going to add 10, 20, 30 there. So we've got 10. Let's duplicate this. 20, 30. And then they know they have another 10 because they highlighted those green. So they might put another one out there, but they might change that green so that we can see that's where that came from. And then they have 2 ones left over. We'll drag those down there. And so then the student can show their work. So we've got 242. Now keep in mind that, this kind of work would take some teaching, just showing students how this stuff works ahead of time. So now as a student, I am done with my work and I need to share this back with my teacher. So I am going to come down to the share button right here, and the student has a couple of options. They can copy the link and send it to the teacher, or they can save an image right to their Chromebook. Then they can go back into Google Classroom, and let's view this assignment. And they can click on this add or create. They are adding a file, And it's going to look a little bit different on a Chromebook, but they're going to browse. And then because I am on a laptop, I am going to be looking at my downloads. First one right there. Chromebook view is slightly different for students. They would have options over here. They could pick recent. It would be the most recent image, or they could look at photos. So I'm just going to select the one I want, click open. It's going to upload it. And it's going to be right here. So if we click on this, now you can see the work that the student did. The other option is students could generate a link, copy the link, and they can click add or create. They can click link. They can paste their link, click add, and you can see right there. So this one is going to give the teacher just an image, whereas this one down here is going to bring the teacher to a website, just like that. But either way, the teacher has the student's work. And then the student would just click turn in, and the work goes to the teacher for the teacher to see. So that is how students would use the sharing feature of the Bridges apps.